guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys what is on my iPhone 8 Plus. This is a newer version. I did do this video a few months back, but a lot of things have changed in my setup. It doesn't look very different because I kind of have the same folder layout and everything. But there are some new apps integrated and some new folders made, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite apps and just what apps I use in general. Okay, so for my first page, we have all the basic apps that I don't really use that often, but that is still helpful sometimes. So first off, we have calendar. I don't use calendars that often. I don't have that many appointments, but when I do have something that I want to schedule, I have it here. I can do it on my calendar. Then I have maps, which I don't also use, but sometimes it's helpful when you're going somewhere in a place where you don't really know where to go. Maps can be really helpful. Next, clock. I use that regularly, so alarms and everything. Wallet I don't use. Reminder I don't use, and health I don't really use. So yeah, those are just apps that I don't really use but that I just keep. Then in this folder we have compass, which I mean, it's the compass app, it's nothing too special. Then we have voice memos, which icon looks different because I have the iOS 12 beta on my phone. I did do a video on how to install that. If you want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the description box below and in the up top, just so you can get the iOS 12 beta for yourself. I've really been enjoying it, so yeah. Then I have contacts, which you may know it's there. Find iPhone. Utilities, I don't really know why I have a separate folder for this. I have the iTunes store, which I don't really use at all. I have files, which I actually do use for school projects and things like that. Seeing as though I'm homeschooling, email and things like that with files and tests and everything usually gets saved on there. Then I have weather, which I use regularly, calculator, and feedback, which is just for the iOS 12 beta. Then on my next screen, but wait, let's just stand still for my apps here at the bottom. First off, I have WhatsApp. I use that regularly just because I know a lot of people who don't have iPhones, so yeah, I use WhatsApp a lot. iMessage I also use a lot. FaceTime, and then just the phone app. So yeah, those are basically my go-to like communication apps. So they're always at the bottom and they're all the same color, which is unique, so I like that as well. As for my wallpaper, I have the iOS 12 wallpaper as well, so if you were wondering, that's what that is. Now for my actual apps that are not really like pre-uploaded onto your phone or anything. We have YouTube, which I mean, I use YouTube, I upload on YouTube. So yeah, I have YouTube on my phone. Then I have Instagram, which I also regularly use. And yeah, so I use Instagram sometimes, like when I want to scroll through something, I have Instagram. So you can go ahead and follow me on there if you haven't already. Then I have IGTV, and if you guys don't know what this is, I think you probably will. It's basically an app or application or feature that Instagram made for their company, and basically it's like YouTube, but the videos are vertical. I did a bunch of videos on IGTV if you want to go check those out. But yeah, so yeah, like you can see here, I've made a few of like the videos on there, but it's not something that I regularly go on or anything. It's just, it's there if I really want to like watch a video, or if someone has posted something that I'm interested in, I can go on here and check that out. Next up, we have Twitter. I also go on Twitter regularly. I kind of have these phases where sometimes I'm a lot on Twitter, and then sometimes I'm just like non-existent. Me myself, I don't really tweet anything, but I like to see what other people are talking about and tweeting. So yeah, that's basically what I do on Twitter. So those were basically my most used social media apps, like for just browsing and things like that. I use those. Then I have four folders, and then I have 4 apps at the bottom. Let's just stand still at the apps at the bottom because those are pretty self-explanatory. Mail, which I use a lot, photos, Safari, and camera. So yeah, these are just, again, Apple apps that you just use. So yeah, I actually like Safari browser. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Safari, but I actually really like it. Next up, we have the folders. So the first folder is social media. Social media, I have Pinterest, which I actually like going on regularly. I just want to say sorry if there are any weird lighting changes in the video. I can't really do it. I'm using natural lighting, so it's really hard to manipulate like kind of how it'll go. So sometimes it's gonna be bright, sometimes it's gonna be a little darker. I'm sorry if that's annoying. Next we have Facebook. Facebook I don't really use a lot. I mean, I'm on it and I can like search for things and share posts and things like that. It's just not something that I find myself regularly wanting to go through. It just happens like every once in a while. Next app I have here is Netflix. yeah, I mean, everyone basically knows what Netflix is. And yeah, that's Netflix. Then we have Facebook Messenger. I rarely use this ever, but I mean, if I have someone I want to contact, it's there if I need it. Then we have Amino. Amino is basically an app where you have a bunch of communities. So you can have communities for your favorite type of TV show. And I basically have communities for, I think, everything. So yeah, these are just a few that I follow. But yeah, I'm not really on here a lot. But if I want to, I have it here. But yeah, that's basically what Amino is. It's just like an app for communities, and yeah. And lastly, we have Prime Video. Next up is my YouTube folder, which is a very busy folder with a lot of apps that I use a lot. So first thing is YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is basically an app that helps you stay up to date with your analytics. So you can easily reply to comments, you can see basically the growth on your channel, keep up to date, manage your channel on this app. This app is really great for that, and I obviously use this a lot, especially for replying to comments and everything. This is really helpful for that, especially since I do everything on my phone. This app is really a lifesaver. Then we have Camera Connect, which I basically use to transfer video files from my Canon camera onto my iPhone. So yeah, that's basically what Canon Connect is for. LumaFusion is my main editing app that I use to edit all of my videos. It's an amazing editor, which I really like. Here is my previous video that I did. I think it's the most professional, that's why I like it so much, but you have a lot of options. I did do a video, if you guys want to go check that out on how to edit on here. I'll have that linked in the description box below and in the eye up top, wherever it is on the screen. Then I have Phonto. Phonto is an app for editing photos. It's most popular for like creating photos with text on it. So yeah, I've imported a lot of fonts in here for myself. So what I use for my thumbnails, this is the main app I use for making thumbnails. So yeah, this is a really great photo editing app that I really recommend a lot. So yeah, that is Phonto. Adobe Sketch, I don't know if you'll see on some of my thumbnails, I have these kind of brush strokes, and this is basically what I create those on. So here you can see some of my projects of things that I've made on here. This is a really cool app that I really like to use for creating things for thumbnails or just background for thumbnails and things like that. This is my go-to app for that. Over is another photo editing app, which I mean, I don't use it a lot, but every now and again I will use this just because it's kind of helpful for creating certain things. Just depends on what kind of thumbnail I'm doing and what I kind of need to do for each photo. Next up is Eraser. Eraser is basically an app that lets you erase the background of any photo. So you can basically take a photo like this and turn it into this. As you can see, there is no white background anymore. I use this a lot for creating things for my videos, such as like overlays and things like that, if I just want the little thing and not just the whole photo with big borders. So yeah, I use this app a lot, especially for thumbnails and my video. So yeah, that's also a cool app to check out. Then Luma FX. Next up we have Google AdSense, which is basically where I track all my revenue for like ads and things like that. Magic Eraser, it's basically another eraser app just like the previous one. Facetune 2 I also don't really use. I think the only reason that I'll actually use it sometimes is for the whiten feature. Pixlr is another photo editing app. I quite have a lot of those. Then Bokeh Lens. Bokeh Lens is an app that you can basically use to make any part of a photo blur. So you can give basically like a bokeh look, like a portrait mode look on a photo without even having to have shot it with like a portrait mode. Let me just show you guys real quick. Okay, so I'm basically just gonna quickly scribble on here and then show you guys what the end result is. I'm not gonna be doing this very neatly because I'm running out of time here, but yeah, just to quickly show you guys. So in this very badly like detailed image, you can basically see it blurs the background and it makes the subject that you selected like stand out more. So yeah, basically that's what this app does. It's really helpful if you like have an app that you really want to have that effect with. This app is good for that, so you can download that. I think it does cost money though, I'm not quite sure, but I paid for it, I know, but I don't know if it's still like costs money. Then Photoshop Mix is an app that I use frequently. Lately I've used it for some thumbnails and things like that. I've like tried it out. But yeah, it's not like the best, but I like it. Lens distortion is an app where you can basically add like spotlights and things to your image. So let's just take example this spotlight. I can put it in the corner or anything, and then I can like adjust the color or the contrast, the color here. I can just like play around with it, and it makes a cool like thing for thumbnails or photos. I've used this in a few thumbnails, not a lot, but yeah, it's there if I ever really want to do that again. This is a cool thing that I can do. Documents is an app where I basically store documents and things like that. iMovie is pretty self-explanatory, Apple's video editing app for iPhone. Font is an app that I think it has like relations with Phonto, but Font is an app where you can put basically text over videos. So I've basically imported this video, and then I can just say hi. I'm not gonna adjust the font now, size, and basically this app just lets you add the text to your video. You're gonna add a transition on here and everything, and then when you play it, it just swipes in whatever. So yeah, this app is really helpful for editing like text over videos and things like that. So that's everything in my YouTube folder. So you can see this folder is quite busy, but yeah, next folder is just other. I didn't really know what else to name it, so other. Here I have the App Store, Notes, Settings, Music, which I use frequently, Bible app, which I love. It's nice to see like a verse of the day. Just if you were curious, the translation that I read is the Passion Translation. It's really nice, and it's like very close to like Hebrews. It's like translated from Greek and Hebrew, I think. So yeah, I use the Passion Translation or King James, which is a little high up with thy and thou, but it's really great and beautiful. Then I have Gumtree for second-hand sales like here in South Africa and things like that. Shazam, you basically probably know what that is. Take-A-Lot is like an online shopping app, which I really like, especially for getting things here in South Africa. Take-A-Lot is really great with that. Capitec Bank, that's basically my bank, and I can just manage my card and everything on there. Bitmoji I have on here for like iMessage stickers. That's basically all I have it on here for. Jeffy is also for iMessage. TV Time is an app for like tracking TV shows that you're watching or anything. Flow is a period tracking app. Tasty is an app that has like a bunch of recipes and things like that. Farm Heroes is basically a game like, it's almost like Candy Crush. I think it's from the same people who made Candy Crush, yeah, Sega. I think I've had this game on my phone like on and off since I had my Samsung Pocket, which was, man, that was a lot of years back. So I've always seemed to rotate back to this game. It's just basically like fixing it together, like matching colors together. Yeah, this is usually just what I play when I'm bored. Like, it doesn't take any data, so that's really nice. So yeah, that's my throwback game. PUBG I play sometimes. I did play a lot at one point, but I have my Nintendo Switch now, so I didn't really reference to my mobile gaming a lot anymore. But yeah, I have PUBG on here if I'm ever in the mood for a chicken dinner. Fortnite, I don't really play it. I have it on my Nintendo Switch, so I don't really go on my phone with it. I usually just go to my Nintendo Switch. It's always really nice to play that on the TV as well, like on the Nintendo. Then Love Balls is just a game. Charades, me and my friends usually like to play, me and my sister and our friends. Whole.io is another game, which basically what you need to do is you will need to eat all your surroundings. But it's a cool game if you want to check that out. WordLink is another game that I recently installed. I've been in the mood for just finding interesting games. So yeah, this is a game that you basically you need to like match the words and things like that. So yeah, that's basically what this app is. I'm sometimes a very boring person, so this game is actually enjoyable to me. So yeah, Wish is, I think you know, it's an online shopping app. I'm actually like debating on getting something from Wish just to make a video and see what I get back. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something you might be interested in. Okay, so the last folder, I'm sorry if this video is super long, but the last folder is called Productivity. Now I use this, like I said, I'm homeschooled, so I have a lot of tests and everything on my phone. Everything's a lot digitally. But yeah, so I have Gmail. I use this because I have like a school email, and then I also have my YouTube email, so I can access that both in Gmail. Then I have Canon Print, which connects to our printer. Google Drive I use for documents. Word I also use for documents. iBooks I use a lot for like PDFs and things that my teachers send me, or just things that I've created that I need to save. I use books or iBooks for that. It's not books. Zoom is an app that I basically use for my math classes. So in the morning my teacher will send us a link on our WhatsApp group that we have, and then we all the students in my year for math, we go on there, and then we have basically like a class, and our teacher helps us and explain things if we don't understand something. So yeah, that's basically what we use Zoom for. It's basically like a video meeting kind of thing. So yeah, Zoom is really helpful for my maths. It really helps a lot, that class. So yeah, that's what Zoom is for. Classroom, Google Classroom is basically what my school uses for like putting in assignments or reminding us of things or getting PDFs to us, especially my IT teacher. She uses this app a lot. Dropbox is an app which I also use for like creating like documents or saving documents or sharing documents. Measure is an app from iOS 12 that Apple recently released. This app basically uses AR, augmented reality, to like take measure of anything. So you can basically measure a person, a certain distance in like a room or something. You can measure anything with this app. This is really cool app. So yeah. Agenda I used a while back. Agenda is an app that is basically for taking notes, and what they pride themselves on is like you take notes and you schedule things. You can actually access your calendar, so it shares everything with your calendar, like your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar. So basically this app prides themselves on you can edit your notes, but you can also come back and then edit like how that meeting went and take notes on that meeting that you had. But yeah, this app really looks like it has a lot of potential. Like I said, I don't really use it, but when I first saw this app I really liked it, and I liked the whole layout and idea of it. So yeah, this app really does look really cool. But like I said, I don't really use it, but I think I want to try to get into this app a little more. So yeah, those were all of my apps on my iPhone. I'm really sorry if this video is super long and if the lighting changes were kind of off. I tried to manipulate it as much as I could. But yeah, so I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give the video a big thumbs up. Comment down below which apps you like and recommend so I can maybe go check them out. And definitely subscribe by clicking on the icon on the screen. Click on the playlist to see all of my other tech related videos. And click on the video to my previously uploaded video. Love you guys so much. Be weird and be proud of it. Bye.